I want to start this video with a question that will probably surprise you. Did you know that after the age of 30, we lose between 3% and 8% of our muscle mass every decade? Yes, just like that. And if you're over 60, that loss accelerates dramatically. Maybe you've already noticed it. Getting out of bed in the morning is harder, climbing stairs leaves you out of breath, or carrying grocery bags has turned into a real odyssey. What you're experiencing isn't just part of aging. It has a specific name: sarcopenia. It's a silent epidemic affecting millions of people around the world. Sarcopenia doesn't just steal muscle strength. It steals independence, steals confidence, steals the ability to fully enjoy your golden years. And the most concerning part is that most people don't even know they have it until it's too late. But here's the interesting part. There's a simple solution you can add to your breakfast that can completely change this situation. An ingredient that you probably associate with athletes and the gym, but which is actually one of the most powerful allies in fighting muscle loss after age 60. In recent years, I've dedicated myself to researching natural solutions for healthy aging. That ingredient is creatine monohydrate. In simple terms, creatine increases the stores of phosphocreatine inside the muscle, the energy currency that allows you to contract with more force and repeat efforts with less fatigue. When you have more phosphocreatine available, you can generate the power to get up from a chair, climb stairs, and walk at a steady pace without losing form. In older adults, clinical studies show consistent strength gains in everyday movements, greater lean mass, and improvements in walking speed, especially when combined with simple resistance exercises like bodyweight squats, calf raises while holding onto a chair, and sit-to-stand repetitions. Recent reviews in nutrition and geriatric journals reinforce that creatine is safe for people with healthy kidneys, low cost, and delivers noticeable results in just a few weeks, with reports of improved functional performance and autonomy. How to use it practically? Add 3 to 5 grams per day to your breakfast. Creatine is stable enough for this routine and dissolves well in hot beverages. Stir until it disappears, drink it, and you're done. It works through muscle saturation, so daily consistency is what makes the difference. There's no need for large initial loading doses. To enhance the effects, combine it with adequate protein at each meal, because muscle needs raw materials to grow. Aim for somewhere between 1.2 and 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, distributed across 3 main meals, with attention to the anabolic trigger from leucine. A simple breakfast could include plain yogurt or eggs with cheese and a piece of fruit, or a glass of milk plus a quality sandwich with chicken breast, along with your creatine and coffee. Adequate levels of vitamin D in the blood plus good intake of magnesium and omega-3 also support muscle and joint health, reduce inflammation, and improve neuromuscular function. Exercise is the inseparable partner. Creatine enhances the results of resistance training, and the training helps the body direct creatine to the right place. If you're a beginner, 20 to 30-minute sessions per week can already make a difference. Do 3 sets of sit-to-stand exercises from a chair with control, 3 sets of resistance band rows for your back, 3 sets of incline push-ups against a wall or counter, and 3 sets of calf raises. Walk briskly on alternate days for 20 to 30 minutes. If you experience joint pain, reduce the range of motion and maintain proper form, because movement quality comes before quantity. In your daily life, look for opportunities to train functional strength. Carry your groceries in 2 trips with upright posture. Take a flight of stairs slowly, stand up from the couch without using your hands. These micro decisions, added up over the week, accelerate the reversal of sarcopenia. Hydration also matters. Water helps transport amino acids, maintains cell volume, and reduces cramps. A simple goal is to drink water when you wake up mid-morning, at lunch, in the afternoon, and at dinner. Sleep closes the cycle. Poor sleep lowers anabolic hormones, increases insulin resistance, and drains your energy to work out. Prioritize a nighttime routine with dimmer lights, a cool room, and regular sleep hours. And about safety, creatine is one of the most well-studied substances in sports and clinical nutrition. In older adults, a daily dose of 3 to 5 grams is considered safe for those with normal kidney function, with periodic monitoring during routine checkups. Anyone with diagnosed kidney disease, a history of kidney stones, or who is taking medication that requires caution should talk to their doctor first. By adopting this simple habit of adding creatine to your breakfast, along with enough protein, resistance exercises, hydration, and sleep, you're addressing the 4 main causes of sarcopenia: inactivity, low protein intake, age-related anabolic resistance, and reduced muscle energy. The practical result is gaining the ability to stand and walk firmly, protect your joints, and reduce the risk of falls. Put simply, you start living your day with more vitality. If I could leave you with a 3-step plan, it would be this. First, creatine in your coffee every day, 3 to 5 grams in a single dose. Second, adequate protein distributed across meals, with at least one protein source early in the day to break the fast with your muscles in mind. Third, simple resistance training 3 times a week and walking on alternate days. Add to that the discipline to drink water and respect your sleep, and you'll have built a routine that directly, efficiently, and sustainably combats sarcopenia. Modern science consistently shows that combined strategies work better than isolated measures. And the beauty of creatine is that it fits right into your coffee, doesn't change the taste, and supports consistency, which is the key to any real transformation after age 60. What's even more concerning is that recent research shows that nearly half of people over 65 already have some degree of sarcopenia, but few receive a formal diagnosis, leaving millions suffering in silence, thinking that weakness is normal. How can you tell if this is happening to you? The signs are more obvious than you think. Taking longer to get up from a chair, getting out of breath climbing stairs, unintentional weight loss, especially in the arms and legs, pants feeling loose on the legs but tight at the waist, because muscle is lost while abdominal fat increases, and getting tired quickly doing tasks that used to be easy. Throughout the day, a brisk 20 to 30-minute walk on alternate days, combined with 2 or 3 weekly resistance sessions, using body weight or resistance bands, reinforces the stimulus your muscles need to respond. To complement this, adequate levels of vitamin D, magnesium, and omega-3 support neuromuscular function and inflammation control, and morning sunlight exposure helps regulate your biological clock, improves sleep, and indirectly supports anabolism. It was discovered in 1832 by a French scientist named Michel Chevreul, who identified it in meat. Only in 1992 did we begin to better understand its potential for muscle health. The body naturally produces creatine in the liver, kidneys, and pancreas. Think of it as a high-octane fuel for your muscles. The problem is that after age 50, natural production can drop by up to 30%. There's also a specific way to use it that multiplies its effects, involving timing and the right combinations. To understand why creatine is so powerful, it's worth looking at the muscle cell. Imagine each fiber as a small factory that needs energy to function. That energy comes from ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the muscle's battery. ATP stores deplete very quickly during any activity. In just 2 to 3 seconds of intense effort, ATP can be completely used up. It's like your phone battery dying every 3 seconds. Creatine also activates satellite cells, which are reserves for muscle growth and repair, aiding structural recovery over time. The benefits go beyond muscle. The brain consumes about 20% of the body's energy, and creatine also improves ATP production in the nervous system, which can result in better memory, focus, and processing speed. There are reports of cognitive performance improvements in older adults when creatine is used consistently. For bone health, it acts as a complement to calcium and strength stimulation, especially important for postmenopausal women at higher risk of osteoporosis. For the cardiovascular system, stronger muscles require less effort from the heart during daily activities. There are signs of improved blood pressure and cardiometabolic function in routines that combine creatine, walking, and resistance training. Researchers describe a synergistic effect on energy and performance when both are included in a well-planned morning routine, though individual responses may vary, and some people prefer to separate the timing if they experience stomach discomfort. In practice, the protocol that works best for people over 60 needs to be simple and consistent. Use micronized creatine monohydrate between 3 and 5 grams per day, mixed into your breakfast coffee. Stir until dissolved and drink. It works through saturation, so daily consistency is key. Immediately after, ensure a robust protein portion, between 25 and 35 grams, to trigger the anabolic switch. Eggs with cheese and fruit, thick yogurt with oats and nuts, or milk with a chicken sandwich are accessible options. Plan for 3 weekly resistance training sessions using basic, everyday movements that build autonomy. Walk briskly for 20 to 30 minutes on alternate days. Make hydration a priority throughout the day since increased water inside the muscle requires proper systemic replenishment. Take care of your sleep to consolidate gains as anabolic hormones and insulin sensitivity respond strongly to restorative nighttime rest. When creatine becomes part of your breakfast routine, you reduce the chance of forgetting your dose, feel more energy to train, and improve weekly consistency. Combined with sufficient protein, mechanical stimulus, and quality sleep, it forms an integrated strategy that tackles the core causes of sarcopenia, such as the decline in protein synthesis, anabolic resistance, and reduced muscular energy. Together, they create a sustained energy effect that lasts for hours, not just minutes. None of that typical spike and crash from plain coffee. Reason 3, improved cognitive function. The combination of creatine and caffeine has shown superior effects on brain performance compared to either one alone. A study by Australian researchers reported significant improvement in working memory when both were used together. Reason 4, perfect timing. Taking creatine in the morning takes advantage of a naturally higher rate of protein synthesis during the early hours of the day, and by combining it with your coffee, you turn science into an easy-to-maintain habit. In a 6-month study conducted in Canada with adults over 65, those who took creatine with coffee gained more muscle mass, adhered better to the protocol, slept better, and reported less fatigue throughout the day. Now, the exact protocol. Type of creatine. Use exclusively high-purity creatine monohydrate, without flavorings or unnecessary additives. Avoid expensive and poorly validated versions that claim superiority but fail to deliver consistent benefits. Effective dose. Between 3 and 5 grams per day for most older adults, with no need for a loading phase. For many, 3 grams daily is enough to progressively and safely increase muscle stores. Timing. Add it to your first cup of coffee between 6 and 9 a.m. The hot coffee helps dissolve the powder, and the morning routine supports consistency. Practical preparation: make your coffee as usual, measure precisely between 3 and 5 grams using a scoop, stir vigorously for 30 seconds, and let it sit briefly to help dissolve before drinking. Consistency: take it every day, including on rest days. Because creatine works by tissue saturation, not through occasional spikes. Hydration: increase your water intake throughout the day. Creatine draws water into muscle fibers, which benefits contractile function and protein synthesis, but it requires your body to stay well hydrated. 3 fatal mistakes and how to avoid them. First mistake: incorrect dosage. Thinking that 10 grams will speed up results, when in reality it only increases the risk of gastrointestinal discomfort and unnecessary overload. The solution is to stick with 3 grams daily as a base and increase cautiously when needed. The body reaches saturation within 3 to 4 weeks at this range. Second mistake: wrong type. Choosing premium creatines due to marketing hype. The solution is pure monohydrate with a verified purity certificate from a trustworthy brand. Third mistake: inconsistent timing. Taking it only on workout days or at random times prevents you from reaching stable levels. The solution is to take it at the same time every day with your coffee. What if I forget? Just resume the next day and keep the same schedule for the rest of the week, because it's the accumulation of days that builds the result. 2 choices lie ahead: continue losing strength and independence, or choose a simple change, adding 1 teaspoon to your morning coffee to reclaim the power you thought was lost. We're not asking you to change your whole life, join a gym, or follow complex diets, just an honest 30-day trial. 30-day implementation protocol. Days 1 through 7, adaptation phase. Take 2 grams in your coffee, increase daily water intake by 2 glasses, and every morning note your energy level on a simple scale to track the trend. Days 8 to 14, optimization. Increase to 3 to 4 grams and take a 10-minute walk after your coffee. Notice how stairs become easier and getting out of bed requires less effort. Days 15 to 21, consolidation phase. Reach 5 grams if appropriate, and include accessible resistance exercises such as wall push-ups and controlled sit-to-stand reps. At this stage, many people report stronger legs and greater energy. Days 22 to 30, evaluation. Continue with either 5 or 3 grams based on your profile and do an honest review of your progress to plan how to move forward. Helpful indicators: Week 1, more energy throughout the day. Week 2, less post-exercise muscle fatigue. Week 3, daily tasks become easier. Week 4, visible difference in muscle tone, personalized adjustments. Under 60 kilograms, prioritize up to 3 grams. Over 80 years old, start with 1 gram and increase slowly. On continuous medication, talk to your doctor. Add 10 to 15 minutes of mobility and activation after coffee to take advantage of caffeine's alertness and direct creatine to the working muscle. Simple movements like resistance band rows, calf raises, and sit-to-stand reps build specific strength for walking, standing up, and climbing stairs. Take care of your sleep, because it's at night that your body consolidates adaptations and regulates anabolic hormones. If caffeine makes you feel jittery, use decaf coffee and keep the creatine, because the daily habit is what truly matters. If you experience stomach discomfort, reduce the dose for a few days. Use micronized creatine for better solubility and mix it in warm liquid. Intramuscular water retention is not fat gain. It usually indicates beneficial cellular hydration for mechanical muscle function. If you take multiple medications, schedule your creatine intake apart from drugs that require an empty stomach to avoid compromising absorption. On fasting mornings, you can still take creatine and follow it up with a protein-rich breakfast. What matters most is maintaining consistency. Remember that creatine supports your muscles' energy system, while training and protein provide the stimulus and building material, and water maintains the ideal environment for all the reactions to happen. This integration explains why so many older adults report being able to climb stairs pain-free again, walk faster with more confidence, and play with their grandchildren with joy. If you've made it this far, you already have the tools to transform your muscle health. Try the 30-day challenge with pure creatine monohydrate in your coffee. Stay hydrated, include protein at breakfast, and do simple strength exercises 3 times per week. Sarcopenia doesn't have to be your destiny. Every day without action is muscle lost, and every day you take action is strength regained. Share this message with someone you love so that more people can age with vitality and dignity. And share your results, because your story might inspire someone else to start today.